Right.
Yeah, Jake and Mark are working on it now, trying to find a buyer. Obviously, the most important thing is the future of the staff.
Good news. We have some strong interest already. Yep. On the basis of the property and contents alone, they are prepared to make a provisional offer.
Property developers? No. We're not selling to property developers. I want to sell the place as a going concern.
Well, that is ridiculous.
That way, everyone's jobs are safe. We sell to a property developer, they'll pull the place down and put up goodness knows what in its place.
They can turn it into a pet superstore as far as I'm concerned, just as long as they're offering more money than anybody else.
It's not just about business, Jake. It's about people.
Yeah, this means a lot to your mother. She needs everyone in the family to support her at the moment.
Which is exactly what I am trying to do. Look, you are all thinking with your hearts, not your heads. The worst thing we could do is sell Crossroads to a hotel chain. One look at the books and they will offer us peanuts.
Nicola's right.
Pardon?
Well, there's more to worry about than money. There's loyal staff.
And you've learnt this from your extensive corporate experience as a handyman.
That's enough, Jake. No, he is right. It's about more than the balance sheet.
Doesn't the family business mean anything to you other than just money?
Business is money. Whether it's family or not, business is always money. Now look, I'm only trying to do what is best for all of us.
You know, instead of playing the big business tycoon, you should be thinking about the mediation session that we've got today. We've got to come to some sort of agreement about who Scott's going to live with.
What? Oh, I've got to get back to work, Mrs. Russell. I'm sorry.
Trust me, you are in for a nasty shock when you see what a hotel chain will offer.
Oh, I thought you'd still have a bit of a tan, John.
3 weeks in Sheffield washed that away.
Virginia told me your aunt's not been too well. On the mend, I hope.
Much better, thanks.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations on your engagement.
Thanks. Do you know what time Virginia takes her break?
Oh, about half an hour, I should think. Can I give her a message?
I'll go to the cafe. Would you tell her to meet me there?
Yeah, no problem.
Look, it isn't going to work. It's up to us to save this family. Mum's losing it.
Oh, come on. Rocky, have you seen Abby anywhere?
No, lad.
There is no point us going bust, just so the hotel staff don't have to bother trying to find new work.
It is not that simple. There's more to consider than selling lock, stock and barrel and heading down the bank.
Look, if Mum sells the hotel off to a chain, we'll be the ones with nowhere to live, no money and struggling to find more work.
There's more staff than guests in the restaurant this week.
Oh, wake up, Mark. If you do things her way, you will walk out of here with nothing.
Phil, you seen Abby around? Probably doing the guest rooms, I suppose. Listen, if you see her before I do, tell her I'm looking for her, will you? I haven't seen her since yesterday. I've got something to tell her. I'll do. So, business should be picking up for you soon, then? How do you mean? Well, I've just heard Mr. Booth talking about how the staff won't have to look for jobs or something. You're a member of family now. What's the goss? I don't know. I'm not sure. Seems a bit tense. Well, you know what Jake's like. Yeah, I suppose. So everything's all right, then? Look, Des, I've only just joined the family. I'm not exactly buzzing buddies with Jake. You know something, don't you? No. OK, well, I've got work to do.
No, it's up to me to sort it out. I'm just glad that Patrick's not here to see how badly I've messed up.
Kate, how can it all be your fault? I mean, it was Patrick. It was Patrick that cashed in his life insurance and remortgaged Crossroads. I mean, Mark and Nicola are on your side, even if Jake isn't.
That's true. I bet Jake fights to the bitter end.
Yeah, well, I just hope he doesn't get up to any of his tricks in the mediation session. We need to come to some sort of amicable arrangement about this. We don't want to be battling it out in the courts.
How much influence does the mediator have?
Well, they can make a recommendation. I mean, what have I got to offer? My history just speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Gotta make your case. Now, you're on the wagon, you're getting your life back together. That should stand you in good stead.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought, but suddenly it doesn't seem quite so straightforward.
But we can't let him do this, Mark. You know what he's like. He'll just bully everyone into it.
He's just putting forward his point of view, that's all.
But all businesses go through rough patches. This won't last forever. Jake has to support Mum in this. Talk to him.
This is more than just a bad patch. The bank will repossess her home, Nicola, as well as this business. Look, if we don't sell this place, the bank will sell it for us.
So what are you going to do then? Just let Jake bully you into knocking the place down?
No, it just needs thinking through, that's all.
Thinking through? You're pathetic. When are you going to stop letting Jake run your life? If you'd managed this place a bit better, we wouldn't be in this mess. It was never like this when Dad was alive.
No, it wasn't. Because he didn't have the benefit of your PR skills, did he?
Meaning?
What, you don't think there might be a connection between the rat infestation and the lack of guests?
Ah, Virginia,
I'm just about to go on my break.
I got a message for you. John's back. He said he'd wait for you at the knockout.
Oh. Jake?
I am busy, Tracy.
Too busy to talk about your son? But do you know how important this meeting is today? It's not just about you and me, it's about Scott. I mean, you saw what he was like this morning. He won't be able to concentrate at school, not with all the stress that he's under. Look, I just want you to turn up on time and behave, okay?
Tracy, I know all about the meeting. I know where it is. I know when it is. I even know what it's all about. You do not have to remind me every 10 minutes. If I were you, I would be more worried about your own behaviour.
Meaning?
Meaning, stop acting like a demented paranoid.
Paranoid?
All of which the mediator will have read about even before you step foot into the room. Now, if I were you, I'd spend less time worrying about me and more time worrying about yourself. I have a meeting to go to. I will see you there later.
Oh, Jake, you haven't forgotten your mediation, have you?
I know all about the meeting. I know where it is. I know when it is. I even have my own wristwatch, Mummy. I will be there.
I still think he's the best choice.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure anymore.
He's perfect. He knew her mum, so he can talk about her. Des couldn't be more devoted if he was her dad. And I know Mandy would have loved the idea.
Yeah, but fooling around with that little tart Abby wasn't very godfatherly, was it? Not when he was meant to be babysitting Holly.
Can I have the one coffee for the good looker over there, please?
Come on, Una. It's perfectly natural behaviour. Just proves he's a healthy, well-balanced young man. He was there just to help Abby. She distracted him, that's all. There you go, love.
Yeah, but you're getting a bit distracted yourself. OK, you're right. I know how dim men are. Abby's the one responsible for all this. I'll go and find Des and I'll ask him.
So, are you a regular then? Because if you are, you'll notice something new. I think it's really important for me to get to know the regulars, you know. Find out their tastes and everything.
I like a quiet read of the paper.
Oh, they're not real, you know. I can tell she's having done.
Not much of a worker, your sister, is she?
Not properly.
John.
Virginia! Oh.
Hello.
What would you like?
Have you met Helen?
Yes. Tea?
Helen. John. Helen's my
Sister.
You joke?
Oh, I'm younger, of course. So, you're John? Well, nice to meet you.
I mean, what else can go wrong? The hotel's gone bust, my mum's in love with a slime ball, and now we killed your stepfather. Just think the hotel would have been okay if it hadn't been for the rats.
Des is looking for you.
Oh, don't tell him you see me okay.
What's that about? I already lied to Des wants to do. He asked me what was going on with the hotel. People are starting to realise that there's something is up.
Hi, Mum.
Hiya. Actually, have you two given any thought to where you're going to live?
Well, I haven't looked yet.
Well, why don't you move into Nicola's room for the time being? I'm sure we can find a double bed from somewhere and squeeze it in. Look, you don't have to decide now. Just tell me later. But I'd like it if you said yes.
Oh, Mum would have liked you, wouldn't she, Virginia?
Yes.
See, our Mum had very strong opinions on boyfriends. I mean, you take my ex, Ronnie. Hated him. Thought he wasn't good enough for me, you know? Even though he was a very successful professional footballer at the time. Virginia tells me you're in transportation. So what you do, own a haulage firm or something?
I'm a cab driver.
Oh, cabby.
Yes.
Yes. How long have you been
We had a
doing that?
wonderful time on the cruise, didn't we, John?
Oh, holiday of a
Yes.
lifetime.
Oh, you must know some very big tippers. Unlike me, of course, not here. But you take my evening job, for instance. I mean, some really big tips there, I can tell you.
I think Dave needs you.
Grind all day, and then I go and bump and grind all night.
Take note.
I knew you had beauty, brains and charm, but I didn't know you had the patience of a saint as well. How have you put up with her all your life? She's a nightmare. I can't believe you're related.
Well, at least she's not as demanding as your auntie and makes you go home and hold her hand every time she's feeling a bit poorly. Helen is my family and you've only just met her. So if you're going to be like that about her, I suggest you go right back to your precious auntie right now.
Una, I've already explained.
You can stop right there, Des. I've decided to draw a veil over the whole nasty business. With a word of advice, be more careful about the sort of girls you end up with alone at night.
Una, you've got the wrong...
That's enough. I'm prepared to put the matter behind us. Now, Dave and I have got a proposition for you.
Yeah?
It's about Holly. Well, you know the christening's coming up and everything, and well, Dave and I would really like it if you'd agree to be Holly's godfather.
You still want me to?
Oh, don't tell me he's gone and spoiled the surprise.
No, I'm gobsmacked.
Well, what do you think?
Yes, definitely. I'd love to be Holly's godfather.
Good.
We're the best godfathers since Marlon Brando.
It's just... Well, I guess I'm worried it's only so she can keep an eye on me. Well, us. Me.
I think your mum's got enough on her plate to be worrying about me or you. We've got nothing to lose.
Maybe. Still, living with my mother. Not something I thought I'd be doing when I got married.
What about me? She's my mother-in-law and she runs the hotel I work at. Cheaper than renting. What do you say?
Okay, let's try it.
Come on, let's check out some decor.
I'm going to be Holly's godfather.
Oh, congratulations, mate.
That's great, Des.
Yeah, Albie said they were considering me. Still can't believe it, though. Have you seen her around?
No.
Oh, right, well, I'm going to go and find her then.
Well, I'm sorry if I hurt you. I suppose I found it hard to believe that you were really sisters. Are the two of you close?
Oh, not very. We're different.
I remember you telling me you didn't have any sisters.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I haven't seen her for years. Maybe I just tried to put it out of my mind.
Blood's thicker than water, eh?
So, yes.
I have missed you, you know.
I know.
I've got to go off to work now. I'll call you later.
Look, I'm sorry for snapping it. It's just, you know, whether it... and family...
No. It was my fault. It was my fault. I had no right to say those things. It's just I saw the effect she had on you, and it upset me. But I respect your honesty and loyalty. It's what makes you so special.
So, Des,
And?
don't think I've ever seen him so chuffed.
Right.
There be anything else? I can't, I'm working.
It didn't stop you a few minutes ago.
Yes, Mother.
What was all that about?
What?
With John? Were you deliberately trying to embarrass me?
Oh, I think you put yourself in a difficult enough situation as it was without the use of your sister. Anyway, I didn't let you down, did I? I could thank you wouldn't be out of order.
Well, thank you. With your display of petulance and ill manners and thoughtlessness.
Thoughtless? Me? What do you think it's like for me, eh? Knowing that you just wish I'd disappear all the time.
That isn't true. It's just... Like another cup of tea, please, Una.
Ask your waitress.
Yes, it is. You should be disgusted in yourself. I'm your daughter. You know what? The next time I see John, I'm going to tell him.
You can't do that. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I upset you. Please, let's pretend this is just a little bit longer.
What's the point, Mum? He's going to find out sooner or later.
I will tell him. I will. Honestly, I will. Just please help me out, darling. Please.
Okay. But remember, I'm not going to keep quiet forever.
Thank you. It's just a little bit longer.
Remember, I have the perfect right to tell everybody the truth if I want to. So just watch what you're saying.
sorry about this. It's very embarrassing. I did remind him especially about what time the meeting was this morning.
I can't wait all day, but we'll give him a few more minutes.
You know, this is absolutely typical of Jake.
Yeah, let's hang on till he's here. Then we can discuss your feelings.
All I'm saying is that you think he'd be a little bit more concerned about his son.
I can't discuss the situation without your husband present.
Of course. I'm just sorry that it's wasting your time.
Your room.
Our room.
Our room.
Well, come on. It's not usually such a problem getting you into my bedroom.
Yes, Mrs. Berry.
Wish I could relax.
I know. I can't stop thinking about Brian. Oh, this is going to be comfy. All right. I can't sleep with him looking at me.
Come on, let's see what you brought. No. No. Not in a million years. Maybe. Right, well, it's neither or both. That's only fair.
I don't need her anymore.
Bit of responsibility will be good for Des.
Could be the making of him. And he's got a good heart.
Could I talk to you for a minute?
I think I said everything I wanted to say yesterday.
Just hear me out, Una.
Yes, love.
It's too late for apologies.
I'm not here to apologise. I'm here to tell you the truth.
Oh, yes?
Nothing happened with Des. Well, at least not what you think, anyway.
But he said
Look,
that.
I don't know why he's making up all this rubbish, but I would never do anything like that, and certainly not when I'm babysitting.
Come on. Two teenagers alone on a sofa after dark.
It's true.
Listen, I don't want to talk about it. You made a mistake, fine. Apology accepted. But we don't need you to babysit Holly any longer, okay?
I don't know why you would think that I would get up to stuff on somebody else's sofa while I'm babysitting. You know, I might be younger, but it doesn't automatically mean that I'm stupid.
So you telling me Des is lying?
Yes.
Nothing happened?
Nothing. We talked and that was it.
You wait till I get my hands on him.
I'm really sorry about this. I don't know what happened. He definitely knew the meeting was at 3 o'clock.
It's okay. I'm sure there's a good reason. We'll just reschedule.
I am so sorry, Tracy. Nice to meet you. Totally my fault. Tracy told me not to be late, but I had to go to Birmingham for a meeting, and when I got caught in traffic on the way back.
It's perfectly all right. Well, since we're all here...
Jake, you promised me you'd be on time.
Yeah, I just explained. I was caught in a jam.
Yeah, but you did this on purpose, didn't you? Is this another one of your little schemes? So what was the plan? Hoping I'd be gone by the time you got here?
Mrs. Booth.
I'm sorry.
Mrs. Booth, why don't you just sit down and relax? We've still got time to do this today, if you want to.
Right, of course.
Well, as you know, I'm here to advise you on your options and help you find solutions. It's much better if you can both agree on the key issues at this stage rather than fighting it out in court. So here's what I suggest. You both tell me what the key residency issues are, what areas of disagreement lie between you. Please try to keep it simple and factual. And we'll write it down on this board so there's no confusion. Sometimes laying things out in black and white can help couples take a more rational, less emotive view of the situation. Okay. Let's start with you then, Mrs. Booth.
Well, he's manipulative.
Okay, can you give me an example?
Well, being late like he was just now. I mean, I'm in a bad mood before we've even started.
She's neurotic.
Yeah, just a minute.
There's no love inside Jake. He only understands contempt.
Mr. Booth.
Well, I assume you have all this in your files. My wife has severe problems. Alcoholism, attempted suicide, a period institutionalized. She's now unemployed and living in my mother's apartment.
I do not have all these problems. They're all in the past.
Please.
I have my own place, my own business. I have no alcohol or mental problems. I have a close and loving extended family around me. Now, we're all in this room to decide what's best for Scott. I simply believe he will be happier, safer, and more secure in my sole custody.
Mrs. Booth?
I do not have those problems. They're all being dealt with. I'm absolutely fine.
Mrs. Booth, if you had custody of Scott, where would you propose to live?
Well, I'd find somewhere.
And what would you do for income?
I'm not quite sure.
I have to advise you, in the eyes of the court, you'd need to have concrete plans.
Okay, but Scott doesn't want to live with his father.
You've not been putting pressure on him again. Now, Tracy, come on, you know that makes him afraid to tell the truth.
Unless you can prove that you can provide a stable home for him, Mrs. Booth, it's unlikely you'd be successful in gaining sole or even shared residency of Scott.
Well, so far, her effect on our son has been anything but stable. He started drinking just like his mother. She attempted suicide, so Scott stops eating. Tracy refuses to go to work. Scott refuses to go to school. Tracy's section. Scott needs psychiatric help. Now, we can all see where Scott is heading. Now, I have to stop that from happening. Now, I'm sorry, Tracy. I know this is tough on you, but Scott